me 1 second. Let me just post this to social media, to Blue Sky. Right, I forgot to change the category. Derp. 1 second. Just chatting. Oh, did I remove the sponsor? I did. Okay, because it's over anyway. But let me start this with some things have happened lately. I'm not quitting, but I figured I would have some full disclosure and be more transparent with you all and why I'm doing all this and my situation. Give me 1 second. Let me just share this in yet another server. Um, uh, Mom is hello, Venny. Mom is vacuuming, so this might be a little problematic, but let me get some of the big stuff out of the way. I am streaming this to Twitch and YouTube. I am not, but I'm only streaming it in the normal way on YouTube. I am not streaming this in the vertical format because you're about to see why. I've been streaming as much as I can for like years now, and I've also been having trouble finding and keeping jobs. Hello, Dragon Tony. I feel like you all should know some stuff about me first. I have ADHD. I might also have autism. I'm not entirely sure about that. I feel like it would make sense given some social experiences, though. And as you can tell, I've also disabled music. I've disabled alerts. So yeah. Not now, Mom. I am streaming. Yeah. Sorry about that. I'll make it quick. Okay, sorry. That was my mom. So, anyways, I was saying I have ADHD, possible autism. Growing up in public school was tough. I was bullied a lot. I didn't have a lot of friends. I didn't know how to properly socialize in some areas, and even today, I still don't in those areas, because I was sheltered. I'll go into that. At the time, especially in high school, people my age were engaging in risky behaviors. People but born between the years of like 1986 to maybe 1992 could probably attest to this. I'm pretty sure. It was at least the climate of schools at the time. I was naturally a smart kid, so my grades would of course excel, and due to what was going on, I would distance myself from socializing too much in high school as I didn't want to get into trouble, but I also missed out on a lot of life experiences that would help my social skills. I felt more at home with tech, video games, books. They helped me deal with my daily life. I mostly had friends online, socialized about common interests online. I had varying experiences. I made mistakes due to how sheltered I was, and still to an extent am. I still even made some mistakes recently. I will not go into details on what is going on with OBS. OBS, don't do this to me. Oh, phew. OBS jump scare. For a second, I literally thought it froze and I would have to start this all over again. Do not do that to me, OBS. Let me disable the preview just in case. And I went to university still kind of innocent in the world of social relationships, cause like when I turned 20, I had a toxic social skills therapy group, and in my 20s, in the 2010s, I had a toxic online friend group and also a bad ex. Some of you may know who that person is. And I thought so many callous and bad behaviors were normal from those people that I knew at that time that were toxic. They're not normal. If you knew me during that time, I'm sorry. That was not me. I did have some good friends at that time, but sometimes they were busy, so and I was a very lonely person at the time, so looked for socialization in places I probably shouldn't have. Um, really quickly, this will go into well, okay, maybe I won't mention it yet. But if you told me that immediately after graduating university with a degree in IT, as one of the few female IT majors at that time, that I'd struggle finding consistent jobs for years, I wouldn't want to believe you because I still had hope for the future. But the economic crash of 2008's effect still lingered. I would be stuck at home a lot because I couldn't drive. I relied on mom for transportation, and there were often like situations that got in the way, especially caring for my dad and or aunt after my dad passed in 2020, which was when the pandemic started. Uh, it got even harder. I'll go into detail. I did have a brief on-site job or two in the 2010s, but they didn't last. I'm gonna burp for a sec. When the pandemic started, I began working remote, which I don't think was an option before then. If it was an option in the 2010s, I think things would have been maybe a little better for me, I guess. I just don't know why companies didn't think of that back then. But it's kind of become my default. And the thing is, I've gone through like a bunch of remote jobs. I can't really seem to find one that sticks. And I still feel my way of communication suffers, socially or professionally. Like communicating with people online, especially lately, with tone and all that stuff, isn't the same as in person. There are a lot of things you don't pick up on, and sometimes I say things that seem a little uncaring, but I never mean to hurt anyone. I'm just so used to being stuck at home, and since I don't get to really practice my socializing, it gets rusty. And I have a stressful household with elderly family. They're sick, they're all that stuff. Everything feels rushed a lot. Sometimes I just don't think before I say things. I am very thankful for those that still guide me, because sometimes I didn't get that kindness. I'm not gonna give any details, but looking back, there is a number of things I could have done better. I guess what I'm trying to say is I lost a lot of my adulthood. When I was in university and on my on-site jobs, I felt more free. I'm just checking my chat. More in control of my life, even though my social skills still weren't the best. Like I said, I feel like I got rusty after being stuck indoors for so long. There were people, I know this is gonna sound silly, but mentors I felt close to. As this was like a taste of an independent life, and I kind of saw my parents in some of them. Like it's gonna sound silly, but the sometimes the I really do value kindness and empathy in people. Like the the cashier at that convenience store in my university, and some of my professors, my old driving teacher. They kind of make me think of my. They're very parently to me, I guess. Especially for father figures since I lost my dad in 2020. I know I tend to get attached easily, but like I said, I kind of see them like family. I hope they're still doing all right. I haven't spoken to them in years. You know what else I miss? The simpler stuff, like just riding home from classes or work as the sun set, the radio playing a song I liked. Certain friends, online and offline, I haven't seen the longest time. I guess what I'm trying to say here is I want to take my life back. I've started streaming as a way to connect with people more, share experiences, and maybe earn some cash for some good things for me. But with the economy and how difficult it has been to find and keep jobs, and my recent changes in family needs, I can only spend about half a day, the early half of the day, either streaming or recording, and I'm trying to prioritize needs more now. And I might as well just say this. I wrote this script before Friday, but something happened last Friday that, I've been on this grind for a while, and sometimes I do it alone. For the most part, it's pretty smooth, but last Friday, and specifically the vertical version of one of my YouTube streams, I know for some reason, I guess I call it the TikTok effect, but vertical streams tend to attract some really unhinged folks. Like I got some like kids who have no concept of properly socializing online, literal iPad kids, or someone from another country who does not get a Western communication and is there was a couple people I've had to ban, but that day, hello, Top of God. That day, as I was saying, I was enjoying myself. I was playing a game. I decided to pop into the thank you for pulling up the YouTube side, Autumn. I was pulling up the chat for my vertical, and then I saw it. Someone s- sexually harassed me. It was just graphic. It was like brazen. Like, if you'll pardon the slight language, he had a lot of cojones to do that. Like, I have been sexually harassed a lot before, um, including by that one bad ex. But that took the cake. I felt so horrible I felt so dirty and violated afterwards, and with the circumstances that I can only stream or record in the early half of the day because in the latter half of the day, when the caretaker leaves, I have to spend time with aunt. And when the evening comes, I am rarely, if ever, in a position to stream. I might discuss with mom about that, at least trying to free up time to stream the evenings or to go longer, but that incident messed with me. I will probably discuss some stuff about increased YouTube moderation later on, but I just wanted to get that out of the way because that is a stumbling block I've had with being more consistent. I haven't had much problems with YouTube horizontal chats like the normal, not mobile phone based, like not TikTok dimensions. If it's in a normal video dimensions, they seem to be mostly well behaved, but if it's on a vertical, yeah, thanks. If it's in a vertical format, they go, as you say, mask off. But yeah, I just wanted to disclose that. I'll go into detail in moderation later. Um, so I was saying, I have a caretaker for my disabled aunt, but she's only there for a certain amount of time, usually like around up until 3 to 4 p.m. Eastern. I kind of already mentioned this. When she leaves, I usually have to watch her while mom heads out or does things. Waiting 5 minutes. Uh, Not sure what you mean. I'll edit some things, I guess. Um, Going out is rare too. I can't be out past a certain hour nowadays. It used to be easier with dad around, but he passed in 2020. I see. And speaking of dad, I'm sure he would want me to live my life to the fullest. Sometimes I wish I could still ask him things. There's so much I didn't ask because when I was younger, I wanted to be part of a cool subgroup of the nerds, so to speak, which was like almost entirely online. I didn't bother in IRL because, the bullying and the risky behaviors, as I said. So when I was a teenager, I sought like a lot of approval online. I guess I ended up learning a lot of my social skills the hard way. But I guess this is a call to action for support. I don't just mean the financial kind, though it would certainly help while keep going through short-term jobs. I have a contract starting next month. It'll last from March to like mid to late May, assuming I don't, assuming nothing's insane happens that it ends earlier. I know I make some mistakes on the job too, but I've been learning. But as I've found that like it just that the reasons for my termination keep getting more and more stupid and not really my fault. Like I even got laid. Thank you, Benny. I got laid off from a job last year, and I got given the most vague blanket response answer. Like I was doing well, but like they just said they laid off my whole team. By the way, it wasn't just me, but they says this is a difficult situation. It's not the best fit for everyone, which is ironic because I was literally probably one of the hardest workers of my entire team, and yet you nuked the entire team. Like say say it's budget cuts without saying it's budget cuts. But anyway, I am thinking of like uh I'll get to that later, whatever. Um, yeah, nothing's really coming in right now, but more than anything else, I just want to know I'm not alone in my struggle. To know what I'm doing wrong and what it is exactly so I can avoid doing it in the future, socially, professionally, etc. And also, really quickly, if you are in my server, if you'd like to volunteer for being a YouTube mod, let me know. The Twitch side of things is usually more under wraps as I keep tabs on known trolls. I preemptively ban them. I have a list of blocked terms. It's a little harder to do that on YouTube though. Um, I will likely be trying as much as I can to adhere as closely to a schedule as I can, and I will coordinate with any current YouTube mods that are watching this, as well as any potential future YouTube mods, for letting you guys know when I'm going live. It will usually be anytime from like 10 a.m. Eastern till either 3 to 4 on average. So maybe sometimes ending at 2 or 2:30, depending on if I'm tired or hello, Autumn on YouTube. If I'm tired or something comes up, but I will definitely let you guys know. But let me see here. I don't think I mentioned it, but I do want to try to make a push for the Twitch Plus eventually, Plus program. But more importantly, I really want to try to make it for YouTube Partner at least this year, as it would help a lot. And that's why I kind of started doing the vertical streams as well, as it does get more views and my watch hours have been steadily going up. But the moderation is what's needed. And also, if you guys could pull up my pick a playlist on YouTube. Like if you're doing some work or study, have it play in the background, have it play overnight if you leave your computer on overnight. Tell your friends about me. I feel like watch hours might be easier to obtain than shorts views, as I require like 3 million shorts views, but only 3,000 watch hours. I kind of feel like they should reduce that watch hours requirement, but that's just me. Uh, mm, I just hope I don't have to beg too much, because I am hoping to re-debut soon once I get some last projects done, like finishing my Dark Cloud 2 series and the Lobotomy Corp Mod Madness Season 1, which, yeah, uh, cool, wonderful, thanks, Benny. With Lobotomy Corp, I have to usually like set aside a couple days in a week to record episodes, as it gets a lot of lag. I'm not sure if it's just the sheer volume of mods or just the way it behaves when I have OBS open and either streaming or recording, but As you can see, I edit a lot of there's a lot of like portions where the app freezes and I just have to trim those out, but usually that's how it goes. But telling your friends would also be a huge help. Bare minimum, I still want to try to make YouTube partner this year. But anyway, I also know that me streaming myself playing games and stuff isn't everything. So I want to try to do other stuff on my YouTube channel too, like cybersecurity facts, fun facts. Since I'm a hacker, might probably do that after my re-debut. Cause my character is a hacker. Um, Give me a sec. Let me what else I could do? I want to do some more parody videos. I experimented with that a couple times on at least once on my channel. Like also GMVs or AMVs. I know the youth call them like edits nowadays. Like just to have a true variety of content, But once I re-debut, I just want to up my game, which I was mentioning with the Twitch Plus and or YouTube partner, and also like I said, diversifying my content. Um, I will discuss my plans for Twitch Plus at a later date, probably in May. But I guess how the youth nowadays say they're bed rotting. I was like the OG bed rotter before it was even a thing. Like literally in 2013, 2014, I was at home all day. Uh just funny funny PC joke funny. But I was like the OG bed rotter before it was a thing, so I would be stuck at home all day, getting constantly rejected from jobs. At the time, I was like in my early 20s. I was just scrolling Tumblr mindlessly, not even really doing anything productive, no inspiration for fanfics or anything, or editing some GMV I wanted to do back then. I know that I have some things in my saved list. But, like, I guess why I connected so much with video games is because, I wanted to feel what it was like to win and to, have control, But I wanna have control of my life for real and get it back and live my life to the fullest, and I need you guys. But, yeah, in the 2010s, I was just mindlessly scrolling Tumblr, lying in bed all day on my laptop. It was lonely, I must say that. Hardly fulfilling, to be honest. I just want to make something of my life, Let me see a couple of motivational art on Blue Sky says you can still make a beautiful life for yourself even if you feel like you've lost many years to grief and sadness. Not all lost time is gone forever. Some of it comes back as wisdom, softness, and the quiet strength to begin again. Flowers do not bloom overnight, so neither will the version of you you're trying to build will. The things you survived took their time rewiring your brain, so give healing its time to do the same. And I think this is another one. It's just by the Shun one. Their drawings are a little suggestive, fair warning, but they also have very nice motivational messages with them. Do not classify yourself as a failure when your future is delayed by circumstances that are not in your hands. Life doesn't run on a perfect schedule, and setbacks don't define your worth. It's kind of hard to take those to heart, considering all I've been through, but like I said, I just want to make something of my life because like I want to be well off when my mom is gone because when she is, I still don't know where I'm gonna go. I guess maybe my half sister could take me in, but I don't want to obligate her. I just want to experience more in life that I've been missing, especially since I'm gonna be 37 this June. I want to see the world, see more places. When I was a teenager, I wanted to travel, even though we were too broke for that. And now we're both broke, and I refuse to go anywhere by myself. And mom can't leave aunt alone. So that's another problem there. But I do want to see more places and experience more things, and maybe even find the right one for me, if you know what I mean. I just, even though part of me still feels like I'm left behind in life, you know? I just much appreciate if I had all of you by my side and everything. I really do appreciate and love you all. And thanks for watching. I might have some other thoughts. Let me do a big brain think here. How long have I been streaming? 25 minutes. I do have to help mom with stuff, but I think I said pretty much all I needed to say. No. I just, I hope I can do it. I hope I can do it with all of you by my side. So, if you're watching this on Twitch, feel free to follow. If you're watching on YouTube, like, subscribe, hit the bell. Later on in my server, I'll discuss potential YouTube moderator applications and work out a schedule and in the coming weeks I'll be working out plans for my re-debut and where to go from there. You guys are gonna love, you probably have seen it already if you follow my Blue Sky, but you guys are gonna love my new model. Chaotic Blossoms, thank you, Abby. Chaotic Blossoms made it for me. I'm gonna give her a shout out real quick. Thank you. I misspelled shout out. Chaotic Blossoms. Oh, wrong command. And I don't have clips enabled right now. Blossoms. Yeah, give her a follow. I will let you. I feel like the re-debut might be in March or April, perhaps. But yeah, I'm looking forward to some big things, good things, exciting things, and I hope y'all are there to see it. And I appreciate you guys sticking by me, guiding me, helping me, all that stuff. You guys are the best. I guess that concludes my talk then. I will be rating my good friend Midnight Vesper, who's playing one of my comfort games, to be honest. The game that made. Thank you. The game that gave me some of the best long-lasting friends in my life. That game is, even though it's not exactly a popular game, it is a game that means a lot to me. Star Ocean: The Last Hope. I'm gonna be rating Midnight Vesper. I am not sure if I will stream tomorrow. I'll have to think. But I appreciate y'all, and I have one last awesome announcement to make. I got my A+ certification renewed. I don't know how long is it for. I don't think it's registered yet, but that's one win already. It was with the continuing education where you pay like half of an exam price. Exam price was like 300 to 400. So a continuing education for A+, which I just did, was like 140. The Security Plus one is 200, which for the exam is 400. Continuing education is 200. Maybe I'll do deals once a month, but yeah. I'll see you guys later in my server, and I'll see you guys sometime this week. Maybe I'm thinking of recording another Mon Madness episode. But yeah, thank you guys for listening. Say hi to Vesper for me.